Imagine turning micro movements in the NASDAQ market into real profits, live right before your eyes. In my live streams, I'll take you straight into the action of scalping NASDAQ futures. Watch as I analyze price action, volume, and order flow to identify scalping opportunities in this fast paced market. You'll see my trade setups, live executions, and detailed performance breakdowns, all in real time. Stay tuned and follow my journey as I work to master the art and skill of scalping NASDAQ futures. Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. I am flat. I've only had one setup and I actually had time to get into it, but I thought that it was already at the break-even level. It was not. So I don't know how I messed that part up, but that is a strategy. That is a setup that I just solidified last night. So I'm just also so used to not even taking it when it sets up that I just wasn't really bothered until I like realized last second, like, oh shoot, I just finalized that last night. So, but aside from that, that was literally the only setup that I had this morning. If I can find where it is. I don't even know. I remember it was a buy. I really don't remember where it is. Well, either way, it's somewhere in there. You ready to be seriously unserious? Good morning, Applejacks. Good morning, good morning. Why don't I have the I feel like it was before the 8:45 news. I seriously don't know. Oh, that's why. It was like at 8:38. Okay, I'll show you in a second. But either way, yeah, I'm just so used to not taking the trade. I just wasn't really bothered at all. I don't know why it's not. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, it was this buy right here. So divergence underneath my half trend literally just solidified this last night. For this whole month and a half, I've not taken the trades at all. So need to kind of break out either way. I would normally take that sell, but I can't because we're too consolidated right here. This was a possibility. I won't really count that one on. Good morning, New. How are you this morning? Today I'll be. Ow, I've had this pain in my ribs since yesterday. I have a disorder called costochondritis. It's basically when the cartilage in between your ribs is extremely inflamed. And there are times where mine is so inflamed that like if you try to like rub my ribs, you're not going to feel them well because the cartilage between them are so inflamed. And I think that's my problem right now. I don't get really bad flare-ups that much. Like normally if I have like a little flare-up, I might have like this really sharp pain in my ribs and like I'll have to hold my breath for a couple seconds and then it'll kind of go away, but it'll be like intermittent. This has been hurting me since last night, like to the point where when I walk, I have to walk a certain way because I feel unstable because it hurts so bad. But anyway, I'm going to be recording the voiceover for the risk management video that's going to come out Sunday. And then I'll probably work on like the visuals for the first, probably like the intro and the first mistake. It's going to go over like the top 4 mistakes, risk management mistakes that people make. And also tips to overcome them, which is why I posted in the Discord about the Kelly Criterion calculator, because that's part of the video, is giving people that particular tool, because I feel like a lot of people have no idea what proper risk management even is. Excuse me, they see these people online with these huge numbers and these crazy number of contracts, and that's just what they go for. I don't even think people know the proper way to determine what your risks should be, and I don't really think some people care, but they should. But yeah, Jesus, yeah, Applejacks. I listen. I should have been born in a bubble. My friend tells me all the time, like, "What's not wrong with you?" I'm like, I don't know. But it's weird because the pain in my ribs is normally like right underneath my rib cage in the front. Is usually on the left hand side. Sometimes it'll be on the right, but it's actually in the back. And I didn't even fall asleep till like after 2 o'clock in the morning because the pain was so bad I couldn't even relax. I probably should get a heating pad. Maybe it'll help a little bit. All right, so are we trying to go for the downtrend or not? This is what the 5-minute chart looks like right now. Let's see if we had any. We did have price action. Wait, no, that's not the same. Is that the same levels? No. Trying to see. 21.8, no. Why do I have old levels on there? I don't know. I thought I deleted them. I normally delete the old levels after every session. But sometimes the deletion doesn't save. Alright, there we go. Trying to see if we traded around these 2 zones in the last, well, I think my chart only has like the last 3 days worth of data, and we have not traded around there. So good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? Good morning. Wait, oh, 1, 2, 3, okay. But I really want to see a breakout of some sort, because I mean, you could you could really see how crazy the wicks are on the 5-minute chart, just wicking between these 2 zones. Even look how this bar right here, we kind of wick through the bottom zone, closed below it, came up. We've just been doing that. Are we finally ready to break out? Not quite. Literally stopped at the very top. Alright, but the middle trend changed to an uptrend again. So maybe we'll have enough steam to push through. No, not quite. Literally stopped one tick from changing to an uptrend and just fell. Very interesting. I would have loved to get into that trade, but I couldn't because of this solo red line right there. I would have to break even right there. It pushed straight through it though, which sucks because that I would have normally taken that if that wasn't there. Let me put a note to close. Break even. Well, there's the breakout. But it's not really that strong of one. I don't want my entry bar touching the zone. You got caught in some news earlier. The 8:45 news, or wasn't there news before 8:40? No. Yeah, the 8:45 news, or was there news beforehand? You know, I don't pay attention to the news that. No, it had to have been that one. How do you go and do that? Are you still in the trade? Or no? Yeah, I want to see us push away from the zone. Every reversal down has pushed us back in. One. That eliminates that. And I'm sick of one bar pullbacks. Oh my gosh. Can't do anything for the next 3 swings. Every time one paints. Oh, I just realized those weren't there. Not red. Ay. Ouchie wawa. I had left. I didn't even see what kind of impact the news even had. Let me see. Oh, were you in a buy? Well, were you in a buy or were you in the sell? You might have been in the sell, huh? So it looks like it pushed up. Yeah, you must have been in the sell. Alright, one more swing and then I could look again. The reason why I can't trade for 3 swings after is because I don't take the first swing after the 1 bar pullback, and then, you know, I compare the volume and order flow between swings. And so a 1 bar pullback is not a real swing. So after 3 swings, then what I'm comparing doesn't include the 1 bar pullback anymore. Didn't want that to touch that, but it did. I also have to figure out this divergence because there's only like one pattern that works for this divergence, and I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know. But if only one pattern works out, then it just is what it is. But I used to have 2 and I had to remove 1 last night because basically in like a month and a half it set up 4 times. It won once, no, it won twice, lost once, and then one of the trades I wouldn't have gotten filled at all. And so for it to only set up 4 times in a month and a half is not a consistent pattern at all. Oops, 3. My head is starting to hurt. Ooh, that might not go. Yeah. I'm so tired. Oh, don't go now. Oh, that is very annoying. Extremely annoying. 17. It's an FP week plus the day of morning Thursday. Market makers, please, I swear. I swear. Thought we would have enough steam to go there, but I also wonder, I might have to look at that today. What I'm gonna look at is this pullback pattern after a new higher low. Most of the time when I'm taking a pullback going back towards a new higher low, it's just a regular pullback. So it starts as a lower low to higher high to lower low kind of thing. I don't think that this is a problem, but it could be. I haven't had a lot of setups where we're going back towards the new session higher low, so I don't know. I didn't really look that over, to be honest with you. But it kind of makes sense why it could possibly not be good for this particular pullback, because we're basically switching from a downtrend to immediately changing structure and changing trends, the minor trends. And so being pushed back down from the resistance of a new high, it just might not have enough steam to push through it. So I'm gonna look at that. Matter of fact, I'll make a note of it. I don't really need to make a note of it because I always go through all of my losses for the day anyway. But I will. I'm not, girl, you can't write shit because you forgot to do your journaling. I forgot to set the problem. Good morning, Janelle. How are you this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Please with the lumbar pullbacks. Good morning, Gibbs. How are you this morning? Bad influence. What system is this? Not NinjaTrader, but the trading strategy. Gibbs, I am using a Renko based strategy that I've been developing over the last year. So these are Renko charts or candles. The setting is 16.1, meaning that the brick size is 16 and the threshold is 1. So from lowest point to reversal, or the close of a reversal bar, is 32 ticks, and then every tick in that direction paints closes another bar. So like Heikin-Ashi charts, the open is fake. However, the close is real. And the open being fake, meaning when we're going in this direction like this and the bars are closing, price usually has not come down to the open, but price did go where the bar closed. You're about $100 red. You have to jump in the market early trying a new time frame setup. Which time frame setup are you trying? Okay, 100 from 450 is good. Tried to front run that short that didn't happen. I got you. But yeah, Gibbs, I'm basically using a combination of volume and order flow to determine my entries. And I scalp for 4.5 points each. I'm not a DGen scalper who just takes a trade because there's congestion to the left. I don't do that. It's very systematic. I really have a feeling that the reason I lost that trade is because it was pushing from the new high. Since the market sucks right now, I can start setting up my I feel like I thought I did this yesterday, but I think before I started doing it, I wanted to look over one last setup, which is the one that I missed earlier. And I think after that, I just, excuse me, forgot to finish. Tuesday, 1/7. Well, Applejacks gets to trade London tomorrow. $173. How am I still in the trade, bro? This is the damn problem. All right, I was gonna close it out manually, but some way, somehow, my TP was like, and how did I break even? I'm so thoroughly confused. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. I gotta check to see why. This really freaking bothers me. I don't ever understand why it does this. That should have never been a break. Look at how I got a break even on the leader. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm lying. I forgot I was down from the first trade. Okay, never mind. I'm about to be bitching for nothing. I was about to bitch. Y'all hear me? So yeah, literally just had the little bit of a pullback to put me into the trade and then it just took off. Okay, I feel better now. Never mind. I was about to be so mad. Okay. I feel better now. I'm like, how is it break even? But I forgot I lost the trade. Friday, 1:10. 9 o'clock. Medium impact news. Oh, y'all, I was gonna be so mad. Because y'all know I was having issues. But I think ever since I went back to the older version of the copy trader, I haven't had any issues. And I actually need to update him to let him know that. And the thing is, it only happened for like a couple days, but I never had issues where it was putting like the wrong stop loss and take profit and stuff. I never had that issue before, so I'm not really sure what was going on. Because even when the volatility is super high and I'm getting into trades, I don't have that issue, so I genuinely have no idea what was up with that. Very interesting. I don't know if you could see the numbers. I might have to make the numbers a little bigger on you guys' screen, but I almost got caught in that, but the volume was equal. You could see 1,000, 1,000. Anytime the volume's equal like that, I can't take the trade, and you see I would have gotten wicked out just for it to go exactly where I wanted it to go, and that was the only problem with that setup right there. The only problem. Hopefully London doesn't come with tears again. Using a volume strat in the 1 and 4 hour pre-market time frame. Noticing a lot of barcoding after market. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. Even more interesting that you noticed that. So a lot of times when you enter trades, were you mainly already entering pre-market and you were finding that when you were entering aftermarket open that you were not having as good of results? Plan to set a bracket order tonight. Got you, got you. Got you. What was I about to, oh, I'm like, what was I doing? D0695. I'm just really waiting for the breakout right now. Middle half trend is a downtrend because we broke down here, right here. So it's not matching the other two right now. And it won't until we pretty much create a new high. So kind of just in a I can't trade right now zone. So I'm gonna just finish filling out my trade journal. Speaking of, I need to go into TradeZella and fix my playbooks to match what my actual strategy is now. I already did it, but since I've made some adjustments to the rules and everything, I kind of need to go back and fix it, and then I can start actually categorizing my trades because, well, I guess I really could have been tagging the trades to begin with anyway, because I didn't really have to put them in the playbooks, but I haven't been doing that. So I don't think I've tagged a trade since I switched to this strategy actually. So I need to do that. I'll probably do it after I record the voiceover, just so I'm not going straight into like doing the visuals for the voiceover. Get a little break. I doubt I finish all the trades, but I'll at least start it. At the very least. 12:31, 3. And hopefully my rhythmic for Top Step, the I wrote the wrong number. The trade performance works now because it has not worked. It did not work all last week. I reached out to support and they said, oh, I have a level 2 team member looking into this for you. Please don't trade your account until we fix it. It might take us 2 to 3 business days. Okay, well, y'all told me that on Friday. It's no way I'm gonna wait till Thursday to trade these accounts. So I hope you fix it. And if you don't, it's fine. But I'm not gonna stop trading. I'm not. It's really only important for me because at the end of every session, not only do I take a screenshot of, I save the screenshot of my account's dashboard that I always show you guys at the end of every session. I also take a screenshot of each of the trade of 8. So my Apex trade of 8, Take Profit Trader trade of 8, and then I like to take a screenshot of the rhythmic performance report just for my own records. And I haven't been able to do it with rhythmic, so I ain't show. I don't know. It looks like there was some kind of update though, because let me see. Yeah, see, it's still not working. Great. There was some kind of update because this Top Step Trader right here and this fetch thing did not used to be there until the update over, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. And that's when it stopped working. And you can see I can hit fetch and nothing fetches. Okay, so I don't know what they did. I have no idea, but the fact that they think I'm not going to trade for 3 days while they try to fix it, they're insane. So that's that. All right, the level that I can start trading at has pulled down to here now, but I still like for us to break that seller pressure line or downside pressure line, whatever they call it. So I would prefer for buys for me to basically break up there now. But the yellow line up top is where my middle half trend will change back to an uptrend. All right, let's go. Good morning, Elijah. How are you this morning? Good morning. I was noticing A+ setups for swings no longer showing lately after market open. Ooh, I got you. Okay, that makes sense. I just tried to switch to the Renko and it looks a bit crazy. Have you? It depends on your settings. So you have to play around with the settings and try to find the settings that work best for how you like to see the market. So obviously, if you like to scalp, you need a smaller Renko setting like I have. So I like to scalp. I go for 4.5 points. So I use a 16 tick Renko. Also, I believe that no matter what instrument you use, you should use a brick size that is equivalent to a full point on that particular instrument, because otherwise, I mean, your data is still going to be fine, but if there's 4 ticks to a point, why would you have like I don't know, a 10 tick chart? Because then it's like it's not a full point, you know what I mean? So like on gold, you would do like a 10 in 1, or crude, you would do a 10 in 1. Now with those in particular, because they are not as whippy and they are really good with showing trends, you could go with a smaller one if you just like to scalp. But if you like to like intraday swing trade on NASDAQ, I would suggest you go at least, I would say at least a 28 to 32 tick chart at least. A lot of people like the 40 tick chart. Also, there's different settings with the threshold. I used to trade with a 20 and 2 chart, a 16 and 2 chart, but I just find that a 1 tick threshold shows you the actual true trend, because as soon as that bar closes, as it's making that swing, the bar is closing. But it takes some getting used to. I did used to trade with Heikin candles. When I used to intraday swing trade, I used to trade with Heikin candles, and that's probably why I like Renko so much. I just don't like traditional candles. I feel like there's not enough information there. Um, so yeah, I would use a Heikin chart to kind of confirm the actual trend, and then I would just enter. I've traded different ways. I used to enter like the break of trend lines when it broke a trend line and broke a support or resistance level, A1. um I used to trade, when I used to intraday swing trade with Renkos, I actually used to do divergence, and I would have a scalper and a runner. My scalp would go like 10 ticks, which to me is not really. Now that I trade 4.5 points, I'm sorry, I used to do 10 points, not 10 ticks. Now that I go 4.5 points, 10 points does not seem like a scalp for real. I mean, 40 ticks on the Nasdaq is kind of a scalp when the market's super volatile, but ain't really that much of a scalp. But yeah, I would do my scalp at 10 points, and then I would let the runner go until a reversal bar painted. So, I mean, sometimes I would get really decent moves, especially like stuff like this where, we push down quite a bit before it reverses up. But yeah, so I've tried a lot in my 10 years. But I was most profitable when I intraday swing traded with Heikin candles and with Renko bars. But yeah, high volume ticks in gold are painting around 7 a.m. my time pre-market. You know what's interesting, Janelle? When I used to trade gold, that was the time that I would start trading around 7 o'clock in the morning. I hated being up there early, but I mainly would take my gold and crude trades around 7 o'clock in the morning. hmm I would stop around 8 or so, and then I would just like take a 30-45 minute break, and then I would restart at 8:45, but I would mainly trade the indices at that point. So that's very interesting. 38 ticks. It was a stupid update. Yeah, I don't really understand why they did that, but whatever it is, sucks. Replay option. You're welcome, Elijah. Um, I can ask in one of the active discords I'm in to see if anybody else is having issues. Issues with the, is it the replay? Replay. Option. All right, I asked Janelle. I'll see if anybody says anything. Yeah, Janelle, I did. Gold actually was one of my favorites, gold and crude for a while. But I feel like back then when I used to trade it, it was so much more volatile then, because not only did I trade with a 10 in one chart, but I also used to trade with a 20 in one chart as well. And now with gold though, the one I did have a setup where I used to trade the reversal around 9 o'clock. I feel like it was 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I would do it on the 20 tick chart. And it would probably set up about maybe at least 3 times a week. I would get that set up. And I would usually be able to go for about 40 ticks or so. Anywhere from 40 to 30 to 40 ticks. But yeah. When I make my video about like how I'm gonna make a video about how it took me a year to develop this strategy, but I also want to do a video at some point about my trading journey And when I go through my trading journey, I'm going to show you guys some of the old notebooks from when I used to trade, just kind of showing like how I developed certain strategies. It's not going to be a super long video, but I will show that part in my journal about how I used to trade all of those different instruments at the same time and how I would keep up with the stats and stuff, because back then I didn't have an online trade journal to use. Um, but yeah, and I would separate my stats with, like, if I traded different Renko settings, like on gold and crude, I would have a 10 tick chart and a 20 tick chart. I would go through and make sure I separate the stats for those so I could see what was working out the best and what wasn't, kind of thing. All right, we finally got the breakout. Goodness gracious. All right, let me lock that level right there. But yeah, and then like with crude, I would always stop trading crude earlier than I stopped the other instruments. But then I would come back in the afternoon. She's not coming back in the afternoon anymore. Okay. Once I'm off the charts, baby, that's it. I'm not doing that anymore. Ever. And I mean ever. I will never. I just can't. Connection lost. I bet you it's, oh, it's TPT this time. I was about to say, I bet you it's that damn Tradeovate. It actually was TPT. Oh, well, TPT is Tradeovate, so I was right. I don't know what it is about TPT, or not TPT, about Tradeovate. The connection just seems so unstable sometimes. Come back to the green side. I definitely used to love it. But see, even back then, even though I wasn't trading volume and order flow and stuff, I was trading with this, well, it's called the Nova Win now, but the half trend indicator, I was trading with it back then. I was just basically trading pullbacks. I think I started trading divergence a little bit. But I mainly was just trading the pullbacks and stuff. I would look for specific things, but just pullbacks. That's it. When I was intraday swing trading with Renkos and using divergence, there was a divergence indicator that I used to use. Oh my God, this pain in my ribs. There was two. There was one called D3 Spotter, and I forget what the other one was called, but I'm pretty sure my divergence was based on either stochastics or RSI. I never really liked using the MACD because I felt like the MACD was just a little too sensitive, but I kind of wonder if I used like a volume weighted, if that would have made a difference. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I would use the divergence for that, and it was very profitable. Very much so. Starting the year mad at Tradeovate. Wait, you are or me? I just don't understand why every time I hear connection loss and I go to that log, it's a Tradeovate account. Never really. I feel like after all those rhythmic issues that we had over the summer last year with Apex, I've not had any issues, knock on wood. Well, I can't even lie and say that because I ain't been trading it. I forgot. Well, before I switched to Tradeovate accounts, I wasn't having any issues. I do still have that PA though, that is a rhythmic account, and we have to figure out what to do with it. I just don't I don't want to trade it yet, pretty much until I pass my next account. Once I pass my next account, I'll feel comfortable trading in any PA really. But it's, thank God it doesn't have an inactivity rule because it's probably gonna sit there for a while. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie to ya. 24, 6. Well, okay, yeah, that's right. 20 is right. All right. Okay, so 159. That was almost a sell right there, but It also wasn't setting up the way I wanted it to because it would have been a trap of the buyers, but because that resistance level is there, that's not what I was looking for. I was more so looking for the sellers to be in control of the point of control, and they just never took control. Oh my God. Oh. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Let me go get this heating pad. Oh my gosh. Okay, hopefully this helps. This shit hurts. Oh, me? After that. The weekend update, mine is working fine now. Yeah, I'm not sure if Tradeovate did any updates. I don't think I get any alerts or like emails or anything. Does Applejack straight go? I feel like I've only heard her talk about NQ. Applejacks, do you trade anything other than NASDAQ? Is this where we... No, it's not. All right. I wanted to make sure. Gosh. I feel like my oh, that's why. I think when I get partial fills on the ones where I'm multiplying contracts, I think that's what's kind of screwing up. I bet you that's what it is. That's what's screwing up the take profit and all that other stuff. I'm quite sure. $4.5. That's exactly what it is. Okay, well, now I know. That's very annoying though, but whatever, I guess. Oh, I didn't see that. The buys are not tradable until we create a new high. But yeah, because, okay, what happened was I told you guys that with one of the followers, I was going to put it on my order flow chart. And I noticed that when I already took profit on the leader, it was still going on the Apex follower where I have the 6 contracts per trade. And I do remember that when I first got into it, when it came back and retouched my entry, I remember hearing order filled, saying that, you know, it was a partial fill initially. So what happened was, some way, somehow, my take profit was like more than 4.5 points, because I looked to the left and I'm like, why am I still in the trade? And I saw that I was up 4.75 points, but my take profit was still higher than that. Now, the thing is, it looks like I was filled at the exact same price. So I don't really, and actually, no, it can't be the partial fill because this is making it seem like there was no partial fill. You know what? I don't god dang on know. Okay, I don't know. Let me see, 83.25, 76.50. Yeah, I went for 6.75 points on that trade, and I genuinely am confused as to how. All of my entries are 76.57. I was going for about, okay, so 76 was on one account. 76.50, 76.25, 76. Yeah, I genuinely don't. I don't know. I truly do not know. I don't know. I got 6 points on one trade. 4.5. Okay, so it was 4.5 on the leaders, but on all the followers, it was 6 points, 6 points, 6 points, 6.75 points. I mean, I'm not mad at the extra, but I don't really like that. I don't like it because I don't even think that the auto break even worked properly because when I was looking, my break even was still, I mean, my stop loss was still underneath the entry and it shouldn't have been because I was 4.75 points in profit at the time. So I don't know why that's like that. I have to watch it next time it happens. I have a feeling that it's something with my auto trail, but I have a 2-step. So once the second step is triggered, it should not, it should move the auto break even. I have an auto break even and I made a second step on the auto trail to make sure the auto break even works. And most of the time it does. I don't know. I mean, it's technology. I don't expect it to be 100%, but that's very weird that I wasn't closed out at 4.5 points. And it doesn't make sense because I was already closed out on the leader. Now, my followers do have their own limit orders. Yes. So the question is, why the hell was the take profit on the followers even out that far? Because they have their own limit orders. Yes. But the limit order should have been what the order was on the leader. So I might have to look through the log and see. And y'all want to know what's so weird? That trade happened at 9 No, that was the first trade I took. The first trade that I took that happened at 9:19, I almost always have a setup at 9:19. I don't know what it is about that time. So much so that actually, and I could show y'all this if I ever find it, in one of my old notebooks when I was trading crude oil, I literally had it to where if it was 9:19, I could not take a trade because the trades that happen at 9:19 on crude oil would always lose. I don't know what it is about that one specific minute of time. Why is it taking partial fills? Janelle, it didn't that time, but I do some, well, it did on Top Step. So it was, I guess it's only taking partial fills just because there's not enough orders there at the time for me to be filled. So then when it comes back, it fills the rest. Now, the good thing is, since it is an OCO kind of thing, if I was only in like 2 contracts out of 5, once it hit the take profit or this, well, it would have to be the take profit. Once it hit the take profit, the other 3 contracts will go away. I don't have to worry about it still being on the screen or anything. But yeah, the Top Step account did take partials. It took a 2 contract trade, a 1 contract trade, and another 2 contract trade to total out the 5. But the Apex account it filled all 6 at the same time. So, honey, I don't know. I'm so confuzzled. All right, let's see. 928 order. Limit price 76.50. I'm trying to find, all right, target. Why would the target be 865? Am I confused? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. All right, I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing a trade. Where is the target for this one? Execution. Target 881. Okay. And that's on the leader account. Yeah, it genuinely put the target at 82.50 on all the other accounts. Why? So it wasn't the trade copier update then. I don't know why that's happening. I might have to reach out to him and let him know though. Well, ain't no might, I am. I'll send him my logs. Because what I don't want to end up having to do is like having to flatten all. I mean, I have to for the time being if I still see the orders there like I did. But that's just annoying because the slippage with the flatten is so frustrating. My goodness. But I'll have to flatten though because I was already out of the trade on the leader, so it's not like I could click the break even button to make sure all the, you know, orders break even. So shoot. I don't know, but I'll send that over to him and I'll at least tell him like, hey, it looks like it's not the update to the copier. It looks like it's just some kind of issue. Trying to break the wall at 152. What? I feel like I saw you say something about NVIDIA. Janelle, and I see you. That's weird though. Yeah. Oh my god. 70. Is this a weak level? No, it's not. Oh, it looks like it pushed up some more. Still really nothing I could do until we push new highs or we break into the downtrend, honestly. What was I about to look at? Oh. Very interesting. Where did we, that was here. All right, so pretty much the consolidation zone from here to here was drawn a little bit back here somewhere, but you could see that we've literally kind of just been pushing, going back and forth between the top two yellow lines. This is where the bottom one is where my middle half trend changed to a downtrend, but we didn't break the zone to actually create the downtrend. The top yellow line is where it would change back to an uptrend. So whenever that one is not matching the other two, a lot of times we get consolidation, and you can see we've kind of been barcoding for these couple of bars here. And that's one of the ways that I'm able to stay out of consolidation and choppiness. Only thing that gets kind of annoying with being so specific with my entries is like, I just feel like sometimes, like, I'm a scalper, I should have more than 2, 3, 4 setups in a day, but it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. So I've only had I have 4 setups today, but one of them was so close to where I would break even that there's no way I would ever get into that trade, especially because it was a buy rotation level and I was going for a sell. And those levels, you can bounce pretty hard off of them, like this. It looked exactly like this. It was like 2 ticks away from it. And you could see how, I mean, went down 5 ticks and just reversed. So I would never take a trade when it's that close like that. And then, like I said, the one trade that I lost where we were taking the alternate pullback going back towards the new session high, I'm going to look at that because I think that I'm pretty sure back in the day, I would never take an alternate pullback going back towards a new session high or low. Pretty sure. My memory doesn't always serve me correct, so I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And so if that's the case, then I would have only had 3 valid setups, 2 wins, and 1 I wouldn't even get into. Still nothing, still nothing. I mean, we keep getting like coming ticks away from it and then just reversing. We came like 3 points away from it. Where is that? 3 points away right here. That was, I think, 1 tick. So it's just having a hard time. And honestly, with it only being like 6 minutes left in my session, we might not actually break through, but we'll see. I've been proven wrong before. Good morning, Pred. How are you this morning? Good morning. How goes it? That sucks. That's normally a trade I would take, but because it's not matching, I couldn't take it. It would have came one tick from stopping me out though. This bar pulled back to the open of the candle, and my stop loss is one tick beyond it. Look at us trying to have a breakout. Oh my god. Tried. Failed. Literally exactly where it changed to an uptrend on the middle half trend, we rejected immediately. Have to be, let's see. That's not gonna set up right. Nope. Oh. Call this thing for my grandma. Alright, there's nothing that's gonna happen in the next 30 seconds. So let me take a screenshot of the accounts. Why is that doing that? Alright, anyway. Alright, so here are the accounts. So the leader is just a little bit negative. It's just the break even minus some commissions. It's a little bit negative. I think it's negative like 3 ticks or something, plus the commissions. And then like I said, with that last trade, so I took 2 trades. The first one was a loss, the second one was a win. With the win, because it went for like 6.75 points, that's how I ended up being positive on all the other accounts. I did lose a little bit of drawdown on this account or whatever, these two basically. But other than that, it was not a bad day whatsoever. Like I said, I missed the very first trade like 3 minutes after I got onto the charts, and that's just because I'm not used to taking that trade at all. Like I haven't taken it probably since like the second week when I realized that it's gonna need some special stuff. So besides that, basically 4 setups. I'm going to look at the loss to see if it's something that could be mitigated. Who knows? I don't really even know how many examples I have of it, but not a bad day whatsoever. So with this account, this is the third trading day and I'm only $1,000 away from passing the account. I don't want to get too excited because the market will humble you. So I'm going to knock on wood, but that's pretty good, especially for me not full porting, gambling on news, or anything like that. So I'm very proud of that. Um, but yeah, that's kind of where we are. I am going to start multiplying contracts on the other accounts though at some point, probably around Wednesday or so, because, or maybe even starting tomorrow, I don't know. I kind of wanted to wait to see what's going to happen with that particular account first, but the leader account and then the other Top Step account actually renews next Wednesday. So I want to give myself enough time to pass the accounts with the multiplied contracts. Like I don't want to just do it on the last like 2 days or something like that. So at some point this week, I'm going to start multiplying contracts on those two accounts as well. And then we'll kind of go from there. Do you think I should trade props only under my LLC the rest of the year? I think it just kind of depends, honestly. Like, I think for you, because you don't really plan now, if they're already under LLCs, yes, but if you mean to like switch to them, with you having the thought process of like not really wanting to trade with props, I don't know if it would benefit you to trade under an LLC really, because besides, okay, let's say for me, for instance, the LLC that I trade under is the same LLC that I have for like my digital products and stuff like that, right? And so with me having the LLC, that would kind of, if I decide, which I probably would, to start selling certain things like under my personal name, it'll kind of keep things separated from me, like the liability, right? However, you know, one of the benefits of trading with the LLC is when you are at the bigger payouts, like for the year combined with all of your props, then it makes sense at some point when you, some experts say like once you're at about 40 to $50,000 in profit, others say more like 75, because once you factor in like the payroll taxes and things like that, it kind of doesn't make sense until that. But if you don't plan to really trade with props like that and really utilize them, I don't see a point in switching if you're not already trading with the LLC, because I mean, you're going to get taxed the same way whether you're under personal or LLC. The only time it changes is if you switch to an S corp, which doesn't make sense until you're at a certain profit. But if you're not going to be trading with props like that, it might not be worth the headache, to be honest. Janelle, thank you, Janelle. Yeah, it might not be worth it. So I think it depends. Now, if you decide to change your mind and like really decide, hey, like, yeah, I don't really like props, but I'm gonna milk them for what I can, then hell yeah, trade under your LLC, because you do so well, even just in your personal account, that I know that you would leverage the prop firms to, you know, risk more and make more. And so at that point, it would make sense for you to trade under your LLC. But yeah, so it depends on if you change your mind or not. But yeah, so that's that, you guys. I'm gonna go journal, gonna go start doing this voiceover for this video, start the visuals on that. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.